to the game. In the bottom right of Echo and the round of 8 of the desRow Legacy of the Void weekly number 2. From Korea, we have Miso. I almost bit my tongue. In the top left, his opponent from Germany, after winning his round of 16 match pretty convincingly, we have Knowme. And so yeah, Knowme definitely the underdog in this match, but I am excited to see what he can come up with to potentially win this match. You know, he's I haven't seen too much of his PVT, obviously, because I'm not a Terran. I've watched his stream a couple, but not enough to get a good idea of what he's going to do. But with an early scout and a late first and possible second gas, it seems like Knowme wants to do a quick expand again. And on the opposite side, Miso is going to go for command center first. Both players choosing for very early economical options, economical builds, and the probe's gonna get some harass down onto the SCV. Miso is gonna wall himself in. Reveal that he has 2 barracks though, and because sometimes you'll see a command center first into a gas, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, well at least I know. You know, wall command center first into 1 barracks into a gas. But now with his 2 barracks, he doesn't know the gas timing. He cannot get in there, but at least he's got some knowledge. And actually, Knowme with his probe harass is doing quite a lot here to slow Miso down. Knowme on the side of the map grabbing the second gas, and is gonna slowly mine gas. Let's see if he's gonna run away for his life. And the 2 Marines will come to the rescue. Will Knowme? Yeah, Knowme is gonna think, and actually Knowme wasn't sure when the Marines were gonna come, so loses the probe. The probe disappears into thin air. Stalker and a forge, an early forge by Knowme. Not something I was expecting. An early forge and a robo. A little bit of a Heart of the Swarm spice. You know, at the beginning of Heart of the Swarm, players were big on that. You know, getting the forge, the robo, and just, you know, making a cannon. I'm saying, you know, quite a lot. I swear I'm not a teenage girl or college girl. Well, you know. I swear I'm not like that, guys. But, you know, some... Alright. Anyhow, the forge will help with cannons inside the mineral lines if Miso were to choose to go for Widow Mines. But so far that's not the case. It just looks like a standard 3 racks bio build, you know. Ah! Alright, sorry about that. I kind of caught myself. It's not something that I was saying a lot, but it seems like it entered my vocabulary without me realizing it as of late. So we have 2 tech labs and 1 reactor. Turrets as well. Where are the turrets? I guess at the natural. Afraid of an oracle. But Knowme is just going for... I think the reason I'm saying you know is because this guy is named Knowme. It's like it entered my my brain somehow. And 4 gates coming up with armor halfway done. I really like this build. I really like this build despite the lack of, I guess, disruptor or any kind of AoE area of effect damage, by the way, if you've never heard that expression. But then if you've never heard that, are you really a StarCraft fan? That is a real question. Factory is just very passive. If we look at the both players' vision, we have a Marine going on a journey across the map to find a potential proxy Stargate, proxy pylon, maybe a probe chilling, waiting to be a villain. But he's not going to find anything. Knowme is just playing very defensive. He's got 2 observers. Doesn't want to go too deep with that observer. And I'm glad you guys are... I'm glad you guys are enjoying my mess ups with the, you know, but Warp Prism first. Well, not really first after 2 observers, but a Warp Prism nonetheless. Oh, god damn it. There's no one home to take care of my dog. I hope he doesn't keep barking. We have +1 weapon, Robotics Bay for the Disruptor, a defensive cannon at each mineral line. And it's actually very interesting position. Doesn't cover all the mineral line, but it's very defensive. The Immortal will help, and 3 sentries on a small ramp like this is actually very effective. Now, does Knowme spot it right away? And he does. He's going to lose one of his sentry, messes up one of the force fields actually, and is forced to put down 3 sentries instead, or 3 force fields instead of 2. He has to rebuild a few sentries. Miso went for a little bit of a gimmicky attack, you know, delayed starport for very quick stem timing, and Knowme deflected it. So that's just very good for Knowme. Knowme actually not going for disruptors, going for the Colossus with range, fully aware that the Colossus has been nerfed. Keep in mind, Knowme, despite being Heroes of the Storm professional player, one of the best in Germany, he's fully aware of the Colossus nerf. Colossus damage has been nerfed by 20%. The range only grants +2 instead of +3 additional range, making it 8 instead of 9 total. And so, yeah, we see 2 adepts with the Warp Prism. If I can just find this cheeky bugger. Oh, it was warped inside the main base. The Warp Prism is going to go down, and I'm not sure what was accomplished here. I think he killed 3 workers. So we have a 3rd base coming up for Knowme. Knowme tried to take an engagement at the middle. I'm not sure actually how much he killed. I think he lost a few zealots in exchange for force field energy and bruising the bile. Killing the rocks here, Miso is doing that. Maybe he just doesn't want to get trapped if he has to retreat, because otherwise those rocks weren't doing much for him. Miso with a late 3rd, and I guess their 3rd timing is very similar. So some really nice force field sections have the bio army, but has no more force fields after that. But Miso's still very concerned by the 2 Colossus. I mean, 2 Colossus is a lot. So Knowme is going for 2 Colossus and 2 Disruptor. I wonder at what point does Miso make Vikings? Does he just continue with this army composition to answer the 2 Colossus, or will he make Vikings? The observers of Knowme have not been scanned, but they're out of position to see this drop coming. There's a cannon in position. I spoke about him. The Disruptor could do one. Oh, the Disruptor is going to come defend at the natural. So there's a multi. Oh! Actually attacks one of his own cannon and one of his own zealots. And the 3rd's going to be targeted. The main's being dropped, and Miso is doing what he knows best, and it's to be an annoying Terran. And the natural is forced to evacuate. The main is probably going to get sniped. And that's not what I wanted to do. And oh, but the Disruptor at the natural is gonna do a lot of damage, but the supply, Miso's ahead by 30 supply, up 30 workers, and the forge is gonna go down. That's just rough. That's really rough. Some of the units have been loaded up into those medevacs. They're just waiting to come poke at the 3rd. And actually, Knowme's not even able to clean his main base. So at first I thought, you know, okay, if you're going Colossus, you have a plan in mind. But then again, drops have always been good versus Colossus, and this game's another proof of that. And oh, but he doesn't have Blink to keep chasing the medevac, and so This push right here is going to be really hard for Knowme to deflect. But he has really good force fields, and oh, one of the Colossus does get hit quite a lot, but there's no Vikings, and so Knowme holds strongs for now. Did Blink finish? What did just finish? Oh yeah, Blink just finished, so that medevac's going to go down, and so this 3 medevac drop. There's no observer. That observer is actually Knowme used. He's pulling a Protoss right now. He's using F2 quite a lot, which just groups all his army. So the observer's out of position. He's gonna send a Colossus plus a bunch of gateway units. Can he catch this? He was making 2 Phoenixes here. I'm not sure if that's the best answer. Oh, is that enough? Is that enough? And, but in the meantime, there's a 3 medevac drop at the 3rd of Knowme. Knowme is going to run with that Colossus, but in vain. It's just, it's a brutal game here. It's a very brutal game. Knowme banking 2,000 minerals, or floating rather, because it's not by choice that he's banking this. It's not for his college fund, guys. He wish it was, but it's not. GG's gonna be tapped out here soon. The Immortal Shield has been popped. I think he was trying to blink, but yeah. One thing too is a lot of people. The Immortal takes priority over the Stalker in the unit selection. So a lot of people are. Oh, Knowme taps out. Miso takes game 1, guys. Yeah, Terran is very strong versus Protoss right now, so